Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here again at BONK, seeing what's going on. Get tons of requests for this one, so we'll just continue the coverage. So what we want to talk about is, well, we're going to work our way down from the daily because that has changed a little bit. I just want to kind of identify a couple of things here for us and just recognize, first of all, we are working within this this pattern here, effectively this triangle type of wedge. Now, those commonly break to the upside as a result of deriving from the downside. So it is a higher probability we will see the price continue upwards from here. However, there's a lot of factors that need to happen first. Okay, so let's talk about the daily and kind of see what's going on. Oh, quick congrats to our community members. Thanks again for joining us here. It's super happy to see this worked out well for you. ICP 30% in roughly 3 trading days. Sorry, that's 2 trading days or less. We also got some massive profits here from Solana. 3 different entries, all of which hit 36% per entry. Okay, so congrats to our community members for that too. I'd love to hear that wonderful feedback. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, so we talked about this yesterday being kind of an ominous sign, but not necessarily a determining factor. We do want to make sure that we're aware of it though, because the MACD is diverging here still. Okay, that is not like, again, sky's falling. It's all well and good at this point, mainly because the price came up so hard that we're going to see that slow lag to the downside. Okay, so again, keep in mind this is a 12-day and a 26-day exponential moving average. They're going to be slow to react. Okay. That being said, though, we can see stochastic RSI is trying to swing upwards, but hasn't yet. Okay. So we're still seeing that divergence here, so to speak, on the stochastic RSI, letting us know that there's no real, movement to the upside, that potential at this point, based on what the TA is telling us. Okay. So we got some conflicting information, so to speak, on the daily. However, money flow index RSI, they're in a decent spot there. And as far as moving averages are concerned, we're still above that. So until the trend line breaks, we can presume the overall trend is up, even though the price could go sideways for a little bit longer. Okay. So again, when I see all that stuff there, it doesn't really excite me too much, to be frank. But again, daily time frame never truly does. So look at the 4-hour time frame. This is more so the time frame I prefer to utilize, just because I'm a swing trader by nature, and this is really one of those telling time frames for us. So let's start with the indicators here and kind of see. We got the MACD and basically the same scenario here. While we are converging, we're starting to compress, telling us that, of course, there's some kind of breakout that's due soon. Oftentimes, if you've ever watched Bollinger Bands, you'll see they start to compress and get close together, letting us know something is going to happen soon. So we're getting close to this point where the price is going to shoot up or down very soon. Keep in mind, we got support at 177 and resistance at roughly 200. Okay. So just keep that in mind. It's kind of the range that we're stuck within right now. We are technically range bound. That being said, we can see money flow index, RSI, all kind of hanging out close to that 50 mark, which again isn't a bad thing. It just implies that there's no real direction to be identified from what we see here on the charts. Okay. So again, the 4-hour time frame is also not telling us, anything telling, because we've been fairly stagnant for the last 48 to 72 hours. Again, when I say stagnant, I just mean pretty much range-bound and or stuck within this range between 177 and 200. A solid breakout above or below that range would be perfect, so we can identify which direction it wants to go. But at this point here, there's a good chance the price action could continue to maintain itself sideways for a little while. If we take a look at Elliott Wave, we can kind of recognize that there are some liquidity levels that need to be swept. This lower level has already been mostly swept, so we probably don't need to concern ourselves with that too much. This upper level seems more appropriate. In other words, 226 down as low as about 208. That's roughly the range we could see the price action swing up to. Now, this coin has been, pumping. I wouldn't say pumping and dumping, but it has some pretty nasty candle wicks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a candle wick up and the price comes right back down. So I would recommend setting some limit orders to ensure you get filled. Now, again, we're using Bitunix as a community here, of course. Link down below to register. Obviously, use the link, you get some significant benefit rewards. The reason I mention that, though, is because we have walkthroughs on our Discord how to set multiple profit targets. Okay, and it's important to do that because if you don't set multiple targets, you're kind of leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay, so what I'm getting at here is I would propose a couple of targets in this range here, so that way the price does wake up like it's done before. You get filled, even if the price comes back down. Everyone else is none the wiser, but you took some nice profits, and it feels good to be able to solidify that. So definitely recommend something along those lines. Take a look at the hourly. Let's see if we have any confirmation signs here, because honestly, the confirmation on the hourly can come and go, but at this point here, it's more so, I wouldn't say going, but let's talk about this here just quickly, and we'll wrap it up here. Lag and span is almost intersecting with the price action. That's basically a sign not to take a long position or short. Conversion line and baseline, they're starting to squeeze and compress. Big surprise, showing us there's no momentum to either direction. Furthermore, we can also see we're within the cloud. This is a no buy zone. So my speculation here is that if the price can go sideways and up just a little bit for the next 24 hours, we'll naturally be above the cloud, and that might be a good buy opportunity at that point. Okay. Again, I would say just patience is key at this juncture here. If you're going to take a trade, ensure you have multiple profit targets and set them just before this upper level here, because we got this fib level here at about 223. It might be advantageous to consider some targets just before that level. Okay, so again, just some things to think about, some food for thought. But at this point here, coin is looking okay, just not. There's not an ideal situation here where we want to take a trade just yet. Last thing maybe to identify would be just this trend line here. If the price breaks above this trend line, which is not perfect by the way, you could even stretch it out however you want. For the most part, we see the most intersections at this angle. I would recommend waiting at least till the price action breaks above that. So to me, again, 200 or higher would seem more appropriate to consider a long position than to take one right now, because we don't have confirmation the price is going to break through the cloud. It could continue lower. Okay, all right. That's what good traders do. They look for reasons not to take a trade, and we've identified a lot of reasons not to take a trade today. Okay, so that to me personally is just what I try to look for. Again, congrats to our community members for some awesome profits on some other trades, ICP, Solana, etc. But for right now, no trade is a good trade for this one right now, as far as my recommendation is concerned. I hope it shoots up tomorrow and I'm wrong and you take tons of profit. I'm fine with that. Either way you look at it, I do want to say thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and obviously, continue to support the channel. We have a Discord, Telegram, Twitter, all that wonderful stuff down below. Pick your fancy, whichever one works best for you. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. See you the next one. Oh, happy holidays to you, or Merry Christmas, whichever one works better for you. We'll look forward to see you the next one. Take care.